Nightwing killed Batman, and now it's time to pay. In the world of DC, there's a villain named Insomnia that has put everyone to sleep to experience their nightmares. He's looking for the Nightmare Stone, and this leads us to Nightwing's dream. He found himself struggling to survive in Arkham Asylum after he was taken away for killing Batman. What's more, Nightwing was cellmates with none other than Scarecrow, but through him, he might have a way out of here. But all of that changes when Nightwing looks out of his cell door to see someone else being brought in, a half-human, half-machine Babs, as now their nightmares are crossing over. This is Comicstorian. We make audio dramas of current comic books like this, Night Terrors, Nightwing issue number 2, so you know what to add to your collection at your local comic book store. Now, let's get on with it. As the guards drag her away, Nightwing calls out to Barbara that he'll think of something that will get them out of here. Just hang on a bit longer, Babs! The guards snap back at him, telling him to keep it down or he'll find himself in re-education soon. Nightwing groans in frustration. The realization that he killed Batman and then seeing his girlfriend being dragged in is too much for him. Scarecrow looms over. You can scream all you like, but nothing will happen. You should have seen what they did to What's-Her-Face, Black Canary. Nightwing spins back, grabbing Scarecrow. That's enough! Where's that map you drew? Scarecrow pulls out a piece of paper. Right here. And just as I thought, it's a whole new design. Nightwing begins to unfold it. Buildings can't just change their layouts. He looks down at the completely new and insane design, complete with Scarecrow and Nightwing holding hands in the bottom corner. This makes no sense. This is a nightmare. Scarecrow leans in. No, it's more like a nightmare within a nightmare, right? Glad you're finally starting to get it. At that moment, the cell door swings open and Nightwing gets ready to fight. All right, who wants some? Nobody. It's chow time. Hopefully you've got an appetite. Today is Meatball Monday, Scarecrow says to him. However, as Nightwing begins to walk out, he looks around and sees that no one is there. All right, what's up with this? Everyone is already in the mess hall. Because we're on the naughty list, we're called last. The warden has a penchant for drama. Perhaps he wanted to give you a grand entrance. It's not every day the person who killed Batman eats here. As the doors open, Nightwing looks at all of the villains that he put in there, all in their twisted nightmare version glory. And in the back, Barbara grabs her tray of motor oil and batteries, getting ready to sit down when Nightwing runs over. What happened to you? We have to get you out of here now, Babs. She sighs. They got you too. You need to escape before they do the same thing. System buffering, 17%. Please wait. As Barbara stares off, buffering her systems, her wires reach out, grabbing Killer Croc's arm, and he hisses, What the hell is this? Then up from above, a voice calls out that she warned them before about any of this. One more outburst and you'll regret it! Nightwing looks up to see that Harley Quinn is now the head guard. God, this kind of crap always happens when the kitchen serves meatballs. Before Nightwing could even ask what she's doing here, she sends out her hyenas, telling them, Take Croc down! Scarecrow then pushes Nightwing away. We gotta get out of here. I am not leaving Babs. As the riot begins to break out, Nightwing and Scarecrow hide behind one of the tables when suddenly, baby-faced Grundy punches a guard, launching him across the room. The body slams into the wall, falling right before them, and Nightwing notices a set of keys on him. While everyone continues brawling and hitting whatever is in front of them, Nightwing and Scarecrow sneak off to try and look for Barbara. And when they get to the next room, everything changes. Nightwing pulls out the map. All right, what is this place? It's not on the map. That's because it's not on the map. This area is uncharted. It's the back rooms of Arkham. I once worked with this fellow, Basil Grimes. Said he was an architect. Never saw a resume, but he seemed legit. If you were gonna map the building, Grimes would be your best bet, Nightwing. We did have a pair of walkie-talkies, but he's been missing for a few days now. Hopefully he's alive. Just then the walkie-talkie buzzes and Scarecrow pulls it out as Basil asks, Anyone there? Professor Crane. Scarecrow responds, I read you. What the hell happened out here? I may have taken a wrong turn. Not to worry, we're coming to find you, Basil. Basil pauses. We? He's with you, isn't he? The bad boy with the nice But Nightwing interrupts. I can hear you. I left a trail for you. Just follow it for a bit and you should be able to find me. The two spot the blood marks in the back rooms, and Basil says, "Oh, I forgot to mention, Oracle found her way into my radio frequency. She said to pass along a message. Find a way out and save yourself. Sounds like she really likes you, Batboy." She knows I can't leave her. So Basil asks, "Are you going against her wishes just to satisfy your ego? Typical. Oh well, you should be coming up on me now." As they turn the next corner, Scarecrow looks down at the melted body of Basil Grimes. "Oh, look at you! You're naked!" Nightwing examines the body, stating that Basil is at an advanced state of decay. And this putrefaction, how long have you been gone? "Oh, he's only been gone for like 3 days, Scarecrow tells him. Basil leans up, grabbing Nightwing, telling him, "People change here. It happened to Oracle. She knew that you would be next. But you're going to escape, right? Live happily ever after. But how do you leave a place with no way in? Think about it. How did you get here? The story that you killed Batman. What about before? Any outstanding sins to atone for? Heard you made a few mistakes." Nightwing pulls his arm back. "I've paid for those, and now it's my turn to..." But at that moment, Barbara radios in, telling him to leave Basil alone. The poor man is already dead. Hurry to the next room and he'll find her. They don't have much time before he turns into a nightmare as well. Nightwing rushes past, opening the door to find Barbara hooked up to a machine, speaking to herself as she rattles off error messages and codes. Scarecrow takes a closer look. "Oh, it appears she has a bug right there. See, it's right next to her heart." Nightwing reaches up, plucking the bug out. "I've got you. I've always got you, Babs." She reboots, falling out. This is a nightmare." "I know. No, Nightwing, this is a literal nightmare. We are stuck in a literal nightmare. I've run enough simulations to recognize their hallmarks, and we are in one. Whatever this is, it's turning us into what we fear the most. And Oracle here, she's afraid of being too reliant on computers. Well, I'm afraid of, well, everything. It dilutes the effect. If anything, we should probably be most afraid of what Nightwing's fears are." At that moment, a spotlight begins to turn on, and Insomnia shouts, "Welcome one, welcome all to the most magnificent show on Earth. Tonight's act features the high-flying chills and all the spills we pray to never see." Soon the room begins to shift, and everyone finds themselves standing in the middle of the circus ring as Insomnia goes on stating, "There are some who tame lions, some who charm snakes, and others who train bears, but tonight, all eyes are upon the Bat!" Batman, half dead, begins to shuffle in, and he begins to run towards Nightwing for murdering him. Nightwing jumps out of the way. "None of this is real. I didn't kill you. I'm not..." But Batman can't help himself, shouting, "Murderer, witchcraft wit, traitorous gifts, shameful lust." But this time, as Batman lunges, Nightwing grabs him by the arm, and his arm just falls off. Nightwing stares at his clawed hand. "What's happening to me?" "Vile, lonesome crust," Batman says, laughing at him. Barbara throws her wiring out, grabbing a hold of Batman, calling out to Nightwing, "You're not a monster, even if you're turning into one." Nightwing begins to run forward, jumping with both feet forward, kicking a giant hole into zombie Batman's chest. Insomnia laughs. "Ha, the crowd to behold! The elegance and power of a flying Grayson! Come on up, take your place in the spotlight. Make your parents proud." Nightwing climbs up to the high-flying location, and he sees Insomnia's face change to that of Tony Zuko, the man that changed his life forever. Naturally, his face still haunts you. Maybe we should turn the heat up. What do you say, Nightwing? Nightwing grits his teeth, launching forward. "I think it's time that you had something to fear. This is no longer my nightmare. It's yours, Insomnia." He twists and snaps Insomnia's neck, falling to the ground and looking back up. "As if my fears would be so pedestrian." Nightwing hangs off the top rope as Scarecrow yells that he can jump. "Don't worry, I'll catch you!" And as Nightwing lands, he asks, "Where is Babs?" And Scarecrow tells him, "You know, a simple thank you would have sufficed, but Oracle has everything under control." Nightwing hurries over, calling out to Barbara, and she stands with Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown. stating that she's okay and she got the Batgirls. They've all managed to break themselves out of this nightmare. But at that moment, a light begins to shine on Nightwing and Barbara yells to watch out. Wires fly past grabbing Batman, but this time she electrocutes him until his body disappears and transforms into literal bats. The bats begin to swirl and fly up through a hole. As Stephanie says that might be their ticket out. Nightwing tells them to go and Barbara stops. "You always do this." But Nightwing tells her that she should know that he'll be fine. He has something that he has to do first. As the circus tent begins to burn, Nightwing walks back, and Scarecrow looks at him, telling him, "Oh, you came back for me! How sweet." Nightwing reaches out, telling him that the plan was to escape together. Despite everything that he has done in the past, there's no way that he'd leave without Scarecrow. Scarecrow laughs. "In a different world, we may have been friends, but alas, Nightwing." Nightwing tells him to take his hand, and Scarecrow just stands there. "How does this end? You're gonna carry me to safety tonight, but what happens tomorrow? Better leave while we're on speaking terms. Go, save yourself." There's a moment of hesitation, but Nightwing turns back. "I won't forget what happened here." And Scarecrow smiles. "I know. The best part of you liked it. That time you got to kill Daddy. Darkness is a part of you. The thin margin between dread and desire. Tonight you tasted it, and it left you wanting more." Nightwing begins to wake up, and Scarecrow laughs. "Now that we're alone, I need to know. What did you have for me? Please, Insomnia, I have been patient." The crows begin to fly over, and one lands on Scarecrow's arm. "Did you do this all for me, Insomnia? Made a place where I can indulge. Well, it was beautiful." Nightwing then begins to wake up, telling himself that it was a bad dream. It's something that he's going to be thinking about for a long time to come. And that concludes the Nightwing Kills Batman Nightmare arc. Now with all of these Nightmare storylines, we are moving back to the Night Terrors event to see how the whole thing is going to be resolving. So make sure you do all of the YouTube jazz. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that stuff everyone tells you to do. And if you want early access to our videos, make sure you go on over to our Patreon and on over to our YouTube memberships where you can get early access. Thank you so much for your continued support right here at this channel, and I will see you next time right here.